CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome to another episode of Game On, where we do our best to cover all things Carroll County High School sports. We'll show you how Week 2 played out in football and take a look at boys and girls soccer as county play approaches. Plus, we'll have Carroll Links updates and the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. All right, let's go. It's Game On. Despite a short week, it's a busy slate of high school sports, and CMSportsNet has got you covered. We'll have a football Game of the Week broadcast on Thursday, September 14th, as we catch two big Carroll County games when Liberty hosts Manchester Valley and Francis Scott Key hosts Winters Mill. Week 3 gets underway with our coverage beginning at 6:30, so don't miss the next game of the week. And then it's a Friday afternoon rivalry game as Westminster visits South Carroll at 3 o'clock. Week 2 came to a close Monday when Westminster and Frederick faced off in their rescheduled contest. So let's take a look at the highlights from Ruby Field. Westminster and Frederick had to wait a few days to play their Week 2 matchup, since their regularly scheduled game from September 8th was postponed because of weather and moved to Monday, September 11th at Ruby Field. The Owls make the first big play of the game. Frederick quarterback Grayson Rollman tries to get the ball out to Trent Johnson along the near side, and it pops into the arms of Raheem Moorfield. The junior takes it to the house for a 44-yard interception return and the first touchdown of the game. Westminster leads 7-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Frederick draws even late in the first, and we're midway through the second quarter when Kyrese Walker finds Clayton Dorsey for this 16-yard touchdown strike. Owls 14, Cadets 7. After a Frederick punt, the Owls are looking to move the ball again. But the Cadets have other ideas. It's Davian Pryor with a 42-yard interception return for a pick 6. We're tied again at 14-14. Westminster has an answer. The Owls move the ball into Frederick territory, and Walker goes over the top to Canton Rudders for a 25-yard scoring strike. 20-14 Westminster late in the first half after a missed PAT. The lead doesn't last long. Westminster unloads a nice kickoff, but Cadets return man Newton Asim takes it all the way for a 96-yard touchdown. Huge play for Frederick, and it's 20-20 because of another missed point after. And Frederick makes the play on defense when Carmelo Smallwood hauls in the interception near midfield on Westminster's ensuing possession. That leads to another Cadets touchdown, and they lead 27-20 at halftime. Frederick goes to the ground, and it's Tay Anderson with this touchdown run late in the third quarter. Cadets 34, Westminster 20. Westminster is marching into the red zone a few minutes later, but Frederick comes up with a big fumble recovery to end the Owls' drive. Noah Johnson with the ball at the end of the play. Mistakes mar this one for the home team. The Cadets score on offense, defense, and special teams en route to a 2-0 start to the season. Meanwhile, 5 turnovers hinder the Owls, and they fall to 1-1. Westminster visits South Carroll for Week 3 on Friday, September 15th. Now let's see the rest of the Week 2 scoreboard to see how the other county teams fared. Manchester Valley earned a solid road win against North Hagerstown with a field goal and touchdown in the fourth quarter against the Hubs. Winters Mill got rushing touchdowns from Malachi Denning, Caleb Crouch, Paris Lee, and Nico Baez, and cruising past Seed School. The Falcons are 2-0. Liberty got 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run from Chase Miller, but fell on the road against the Warriors. Francis Scott Key and North County were tied 6-6 before weather forced the postponement there. The game was set to resume on September 18th. South Carroll and Century each fell to 0-2 last week. Like I said, we have a special Game of the Week broadcast coming up this Thursday. Join Mike Krause and me as we kick off Carroll County Athletic League play when Man Valley faces Liberty and Winters Mill takes on FSK. Our coverage begins at 6:30, and we'll follow the games throughout the evening. Liberty has beaten Man Valley in each of the last 2 years, and the Lions are 8-1 against the Mavericks in their last 9 meetings. Manchester Valley has been pretty balanced so far, as you can see. Liberty didn't report any stats to us so far, but we know the Lions have scored 42 points while allowing 76. Running back Seth Jacobs was the focal point in Liberty's offense. He's coming off a junior year in which he ran for more than 800 yards, so keep an eye on him. Again, no stats to report as of yet from the Lions. For Man Valley, receiver James Herndon has a pair of touchdown grabs this season, and he's averaging almost 13 yards per catch. Now let's check in with Winters Mill and FSK. The Eagles have had some success in recent years against the Falcons. They're 6-3 in their series since 2013, and one of those games was a playoff victory from 2021. The Falcons have won both their games on the ground. As you can see, 3 Winters Mill backs are also over 100 rushing yards apiece on the season. Let's check in with the quarterbacks from each squad. Key senior Ben Stevens had 162 passing yards and a rushing touchdown in week 1. Crouch hasn't needed to throw so much so far, but he has 3 rushing scores for the Falcons, and so keep an eye on his legs in this game as well. We caught up with the head coaches from Francis Scott Key and Winters Mill ahead of their matchup this week. Let's start with Falcons coach Matt Miller, whose team is looking to go 3-0 for the first time in 14 years. Coach Miller, big, impressive team win last week against Seed School, a week that was a little bit strange just because of the way preparation maybe. Was preparation any different for your guys? I think you were impressed with the way you guys came out and handled business in week 2.
No, we have another short week, so we have to make the most of our time. We have to condense some things. We got the guys out here a little earlier today. The weather's not too bad. It's still warm, but reality is we have to get our stuff in if we want to try and beat a pretty good Key team.
What's the keys to win this game then? What do you guys need to do? I know it's still in the season, but first county win. What do you look for your boys to do to kind of get a victory here?
On offense, we need to stick with what's been kind of our recipe for success, and that's just keep rushing the football. We've had a lot of success running the ball through our first 2 games. Doesn't mean we can't pass, but we want to stick with what works, and the pass game will complement that. And on defense, they got 3 or 4 guys I really like. Number 4, number 3, number 7. We got a gang tackle at number 4. We can't let number 3 get in space with the ball. Number 7's a pretty athletic quarterback and push the ball down the field. We can't let them behind us, so they're a good team.
How amped are these guys? Off to a 2-0 start. They don't want to get too far ahead, but good things are happening so far. You want them to have that feeling of, hey, we want to put some wins together here and make a little noise and stay there.
Yeah, I let them have some excitement. Like a lot of programs, a 24-hour rule, win or lose, and they've responded accordingly. We did what we should have done on Friday, and then, they know we got a big task ahead of us this week. And Keys, I think they're going to become loaded for bear. I think I don't know. Coach Cunningham would never tell me, but I think they made some of the adjustments with their schedules to be prepped for this game. There's not going to be anything to convince me otherwise. So they're going to be ready, and we got to be ready to take their best shot and respond.
Thanks to Matt Miller for giving us a few minutes this week. We also chatted with Key coach David Cunningham, who played his high school football at Winters Mill under Coach Miller. Let's listen in. Coach, I know you guys looking for the first win, and it's the first county game coming this week. Take back to last week. It's a weird preparation. It's a short week. You guys go out there and try to get a game against North County. Now I have to just wait till next week.
Yeah.
Did it mess the guys' routine up at all, or did they be ready to go come Thursday night?
Nah, we're excited and ready to go. We already know that the county is full of great coaches, great athletes. We're just looking to get the step on the right foot. Since Smithsburg lost, we bounced back. North County, it ended, 6-6 when we was about to hit the field goal. We're ready to go. We know what we're walking into at Winters Mill. It's a great team, great coaching staff. I'm a Winters Mill alum myself. Coach Miller coached me, so it's going to be good to have them come to the crib and play.
Storyline's already starting to form. What needs to go well for your guys to get a win in their first county game this year against a good Winters Mill team?
We got to control the ball. We got to, we got to take away from their explosive offense. They got to, they got a great quarterback, great running game. Paris is probably one of the best backs I've seen. We got to control him. Just everybody do their job, and we also got to move the ball offensively, hit them through everything we can.
It didn't go the way you wanted in week 1, but what have you seen in your guys' resolve to kind of get back in there? Again, like the game got stopped Friday, but you were competing with North County. I know they're going to be wanting to compete this week. Can you put week 1 behind you guys and correct some of those things and get moving in the right direction?
Yes, sir. We already started prepping and everything. We already fixed all the mistakes. We're determined. The kids are determined. They're locked in. We're just ready to go and show everybody that this is not the same team as it was last year.
Thanks to Eagles coach David Cunningham for talking to us there. We'll have Winners Mill and FSK for you on Thursday, along with Man Valley and Liberty for a special CMSportsNet Game of the Week broadcast. Multi-game coverage begins at 6:30. Time to take a look at the Week 3 schedule for Carroll County's football teams. We've got those 2 intra-county showdowns on Thursday, while Century travels to Smithsburg for the first of 2 road games in a row. And don't forget, South Carroll hosts Westminster on Friday afternoon from Parker Field. We'll have coverage of that game for you as well, so stick around and see highlights and coverage of all the games that we're going to bring you on CMSportsNet. We're looking forward to an exciting Week 3 of football as Carroll County games are getting underway. We're going to take a quick break right now, but when we come back, we'll take a look at boys and girls soccer around the county, and we'll check in with the Carroll Lynx. Plus, we'll find out who earned the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. Don't go away. Game On will be right back.
Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
And each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast, presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Let's shift over to girls soccer now, where Century had its first home game of the 2023 season on September 12th. The reigning 2A state champs hosted Mercy, a private school from Baltimore. Let's see what went down in Eldersburg. The Knights came home after playing a pair of weekend tournament games to open the fall season against a Mercy team that plays in the IAAM's A Conference and defeated Falston last weekend. Gracie Tarangio has the ball on her foot inside the box with 13 minutes to go, but the shot just misses right here, and we're still scoreless late in the half. Century defense is playing well too. Here's a nice save coming up from Knights keeper Audrey Peterson. Mercy breaks through early in the second half, and Aubrey O'Connell finds herself all alone in the box. It's an easy kick from short range, and the Magic lead 1-0. Time to celebrate for the Magic. Striking a pose there. Freshman Ava Hartman gets her head on a bouncing ball a few minutes later, and it's 2-0 for Mercy, the visiting team in control early in the second half. Some more celebrating from the Magic. Century's offense can't find a rhythm, and Mercy wins 2-0. The Knights suffer their first loss of the season and sit at 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Look at last week's scores now. Liberty got a victory on the road at Bristol behind 3 goals from Hannah DeVincent. South Carroll added another win by beating Boonesboro, and Francis Scott Key earned a victory at home against Aberdeen. You also see Westminster taking care of Thomas Johnson. The first Carroll County Athletic League clash is scheduled for Monday, September 18th, when Manchester Valley visits Winters Mill at 6:30. Taking a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. South Carroll gets Century the following night. Westminster hosts Eastern Tech on September 14th, and Century travels to Athelton on Thursday as well. So finally some county games coming up. Over to boys soccer now, where reigning county champion Liberty rolled past Franklin on September 11th. And Francis Scott Key took down Middletown, giving the Eagles their first win of the fall. See some of the recent scores here. South Carroll blanked Boonesboro as well on Middletown, on Monday rather, and Manchester Valley played Hartford Tech to a draw at home, 0-0. Upcoming games on the schedule over the next coming days. Century hosts Pikesville on Thursday as boys games continue on. Next Tuesday brings several county matchups, including Winters Mill at Man Valley and Westminster hitting the road to face the Lions. Not a lot of games on the schedule in the next couple days because of the Rosh Hashanah holiday. College men's soccer returned to action on September 12th, and the Carroll Lynx were going after a second straight win after beating Hagerstown on August 31st. Now, CCBC Essex had other ideas in this most recent game. The Knights won 9-1 to send Carroll to a 1-4 record. Man Valley alum Abram Costanzo scored for the Lynx, who got a combined 12 saves from Emerson Acevedo and Irving Pacheco. Over to volleyball, where Carroll traveled to Chesapeake College on September 6th and came away with a 3-0 sweep for the very first win in school history. Carly Badorf and Maria Karen had 6 kills each, and Abigail Morley handed out 12 assists. Volleyball is back in action on September 16th with a pair of matches at Allegheny College. Carroll plays the host Trojans first, and then Community College of Beaver County from Western Pennsylvania. Men's soccer hosts Mercer County Community College on September 16th. The Lynx have a home match on the 20th against Garrett College in volleyball. Now it's time for another CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. It comes from a football team that handled business at home against a non-conference foe and on a short week, no less. So let's find out who received the honors this week. Athlete of the Week time. This week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Dallas Poole, Winters Mill football. Dallas ran for more than 100 yards, helped the Falcons to a big win over Seed School. Dallas, it was an unconventional week. You were supposed to play at their place on Thursday, and then it got moved to your place. Does that change the preparation at all, what you guys wanted to do, and go out there and change the game plan, or would you guys stick to the same plan?
No, we had the same game plan, just to execute, run the ball heavy, and dominate.
A lot of guys got a chance to play, and get to play a lot of minutes, and you were one of them, and took the opportunity. What's that like? You know, maybe you don't start every game, but you certainly want to get in there and play as many minutes as you can. When you're called upon, what's your mental preparation and your personal way you get ready to do what you did last week?
Yes. Well, just go out there, be the best I can, just do my job, and take the most of my reps.
What's it feel like to get a game like that under your belt early in the season? You know, you guys got the win, and you also had a big game, led the team in rushing. It's a big confidence boost, I would think, going forward, because you're about to start playing county games and things like that.
Yes, sir. You know, just go out there, execute, build momentum off of this game, going into county like you said, and just try and go 9-0.
That's always the goal, right? It's been a long time since Winters Mill's 3-0. You get a chance this week coming up. I think Coach told me 2009, so way back before you guys were playing. 2 wins here, got things going on the right foot. You guys were competitive last year. What's the feeling like with the team as you guys get into this season, knowing what you want to accomplish?
We just want to be the best that we can be and do our jobs and execute our game plans. The coaches bring out great game plans for us. Just to execute those and, you know, try and sneak out some W's.
All right, Dallas, congrats on Athlete of the Week. Good luck the rest of the season. Dallas Poole, this week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. Congrats again to Dallas Poole of Winters Mill, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. And that's going to do it for Game On this week. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget, we've got multi-game football coverage for you on Thursday the 14th when Man Valley Liberty and Winters Mill FSK for the next football Game of the Week broadcast. Coverage begins at 6:30, so don't miss it. Be sure to follow all of CMSportsNet's content on Facebook and YouTube, as well as on cable channel HD 1086. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.